on. So I didn't really feel like vlogging review day, but I have done anyway. It's only going to be a short one. So we trotted up on hard ground and she was okay, fine. And then we also did trot on a hard circle and she was fine. Then we did flexions, which I was absolutely terrified at. Like, honestly, I thought I was going to be sick before we did it. Did the first front leg, fine. Actually passed that, so I was like, oh my god, come on. Then we did the other front leg, which was a problem. Absolutely fine. I'd kind of said to Hannah, I was like, oh, her canter's awful. Like, I'm worried in case she's got SI problems, in case she's got hock problems, that's maybe blocking her from coming through properly. And so we checked her back end flexions wise, and she passed both of those. So that was good. So she passed her flexions, passed the trot on a hard circle, whereas before she was bobbing. And then we did, to be sure that everything was okay, we did trot and canter on a soft ground. And I had been feeling a little bit less positive about this, a bit worried that she was going to fail, but she actually passed. So that is us past our review day. Absolutely buzzing. Honestly, I could cry. Like, I could literally cry. I could feel the tears coming, and I was like, no, be strong. But yeah, it's just so much better in every single way. We spoke about her hind end, and obviously Beth watched Seren's canter and said it's just strength. As I've always said, and as I've kind of always thought, it's just strength there. So she just doesn't have, like I thought she didn't have a lot of muscle at the back end. She didn't have the best, but we're building on that. It was actually the front end that was worse, because you can see exactly where, like, the shape of her saddle would be. So yeah, buzzing, absolutely buzzing. And our next thing on the list in 2 weeks is Field Farm. Oh my god, I feel so much better. I'm not even really bothered about jumping if we go to Field Farm. Like, I'm happy. I just need to find a jump saddle ready to go. So yeah, done it, you clever girl. We have a plan. So when I come back from Field Farm, I'm going to inject her with Artemis, because we know that the steroid injections in the past and works. So yeah, happy days, expensive days, but happy bloody days. Seren has got weaknesses in her muscles, so one thing I'm doing is I've bought some new food. So I've bought some Simple Systems Lucerne chaff, I think it is. I'll find it and show you, but basically she needs more protein in her diet, and I'm very luckily supported by Hestevard, and they have the most perfect thing called MyoCell. So I'm hoping to start on that soon and see how we get on. So what I'm going to do is show you some exercises that the vet taught me to do to kind of build the muscles where I need to from the ground. So they do look a little bit brutal, I'm not going to lie. Like, when she showed me, I was like, really? You pull that hard on the tail? And she was like, yep. So I will show you where she's weak and how I'm going to build the muscle up, basically, and what areas I need to build up. Hello, darling. Right, so the beautiful grumpy face. So she's got she had too much muscle here because she was bracing. She's been bracing against the pain in her feet. So she's been bracing there, building up muscle there, and then she can't come naturally and bend over her back, basically. Then we've got this area here. Now you can see this fits exactly exactly where my saddle goes. So the front of the saddle will be here and it'll curve round. There's no muscle there. There's literally no muscle there. So when she's trying to canter, she cannot lift off her front legs. I've always thought the problem was with the back end, but it's kind of both. So actually what's happened is I've built up this end as much as I can, as much as her body will physically let me from the problems there. And she is basically too powerful here. So her front legs can't keep up with her. So I have got to really sit her on her hocks or like hold it up in the canter basically. And I've got to get my backside out the saddle and try and lift her so that she can't go on the forehand, which is what she's always wanting to do. Hello, darling. So yeah, she has got muscle to build here. So by the end, hopefully, of the year or in the next few months, I should have muscle all the way here and all the way there. So we've got lots of work to do, haven't we? But I'm going to show you some exercises that the vet showed us. So I'm just trying to get her off her front end and up, and it's hard because I'm in a dressage saddle and I need to get out of the seat but not lean forward. I've got to sit back and like just hover. It's really painful, and I've got to try and keep her like off her front, like trying not to get her on the forehand, but she naturally does. She's quite a downhill horse anyway, but even more so with this injury that she's had. So yeah, she needs to learn to take the weight here and lift here, but this is where this muscle's going to come in. So this is me basically using the cross-country field to my advantage. It's quite flat, which is nice, but I still get a little bit nervous on grass not wearing studs just in case we slip and things, so I'm quite cautious. I ride overly cautious when I ride on grass without studs. And you can see what I'm trying to do. Like, if you don't know what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to keep her upright, so very downhill naturally, and she's very on the forehand, so just that little moment there, just lifted slightly off her shoulders, and that's all I'm looking for. And it's only going to be a few strides at the moment, but it's progress. Looking back at this is like a week on, and I can already see that Seren has made better changes already, and that's just from a week. And you can see that because the front end is coming up more, the back end is also coming up more and has more room. And there's like jumps all around, and every now and again she just sets herself up for one. I'm like, no, not yet. This is the worst ring. Another thing the vet recommended was to do some canter poles. Now, Seren has never been able to do canter poles properly, and this session was quite fun. This was the first time seeing poles in quite a while, and she was very, very keen. And I was just trying to remember to keep out the saddle and keep up, but you can see she was very up and kept jumping the first pole. But actually I was really impressed and felt really happy with how she was managing the poles. Not so much on this rein. This is her worst rein. We've got a lot to work to do. You know, we're a work in progress once again. Always have been, always probably will be, but I'm seeing improvements massively. So yeah, enjoy some of this footage. Try to find myself again, but life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, go, go. thing we've been doing is doing rehab and excuse me, and during strenuous work is actually washing up her feet, just to kind of keep them cool, stop any swelling, stop any inflammation if she ever suffers from inflammation, which, do you know what, she's been pretty damn good. To be honest, before I even actually had the vet, she never really ever got swollen legs until the vet, when we went to do the injections, the vet actually did like a bit of a drainage of her joints because she had a massive joint effusion on both of her fronts. So that also led us to be certain that it was some kind of joint problem. But yeah, she's a good girl. I really don't like that, everybody. I really don't like that. It really annoys me. She says, oh God, she just got by the hose. Come on in, you grumpy. Come on. Good girl. So, as well as rehab and groundwork and things like that, I've also got some supplements to support Seren. So actually I'm very, very kindly supported by this company called Hestavad. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're absolutely incredible. They've got all the science to back it up, and best of all, recommended by vets. So win-win. So she's on, for guts and gut balancer, she is on Pectigus Balancer. And yeah, don't ask why this is in my car. So she's on 3 of these. 3 of these, and then she's on this little magic powder called Hestiplex. So that is for joint supplement support. So it has all active ingredients, it has loads of boswellia in it, has all the information on there for like joint support, glucosamine, basically everything in one little sachet. So I'm going to give her 2 tonight because she's done some work. So yeah, so I'll give her 2, and then you can just like go through the loading, but she loves it. So Pectigus Balancer for her stomach and her guts, just to keep her nice and regular and just keep all the pre and probiotics, so you can see all the elements that it's got in it, and it lasts for ages. You get a massive tub like that. So yeah, really good. So as well as the balancer and some chaff from, it's like, oh God, Lucy chaff or something, from Simple Foods, sorry, from Simple Systems Foods. I have ordered loads of stuff with protein in it, because the vet said she needs to build muscle to help her, because I did ask her about the canter and she said it's all just strengthening. So basically what I've thought for a long time. However, I've had the falling problem against me the whole time. So I've tried, I've got her as far as I can, but the physical side of it, actually, like, that's restricting her, is coming out. So yeah, so that's her dinner. She's gonna have a bit of H2O in there because she loves a bit of slop. And if you're dubious about her enjoying this food with the Hestiplex in, I will show you. She loves it. Come here, girl. It's a good girl. Oh, Wickerin, she's so cute. She's such a noisy pony. Get back, please. Good girl. Yum, yum, yum. Straight in. Doesn't give a hoot. So yeah, her food's going to double, to be honest. Obviously, over time, I'm not stupid. But yeah. Night then, girly.
A new place, a new home. For a while, let me feel alive.